Now you might ask, what is a Quango? And that would be a quasi-autonomous, non-governmental organization. That phrase came about in 1967 when the Carnegie Foundation's Alan Pfeiffer wrote an essay on independence and accountability in public-funded bodies incorporated in the private sector. The Brits shortened the phrase to Quango. We don't use the term often in the United States, preferring to talk about GSOs, gray sector organizations, or GSEs, government-sponsored enterprises. At the federal level, there are approximately 50 GSEs, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, Amtrak, and the Post Office being examples, all well-run businesses. What about here in Little Rhodey? Well, back in the early 1970s and into the early 1990s, the smallest state created some 30 off-budget GSEs. Here are the big kids in this neighborhood: Rhode Island Airport Corporation, Capital Center Commission, the Rhode Island Clean Water Finance Agency, the Rhode Island Convention Center Authority, the Rhode Island Economic Development Corporation, the Rhode Island Health and Educational Building Corporation, the Rhode Island Housing and Mortgage Finance Corporation, the Rhode Island Housing Resources Commission, the Rhode Island Industrial Facilities Corporation, the Rhode Island Industrial Recreational Building Authority, and then that giant of social stability, the Rhode Island Lottery. Personally, I had not heard of some of these entities, assuming they still exist. What started me into this subject was a blog posted by Lindy Johnson on May 5th last year. She wrote all about what everyone should know about student loans administered by the Rhode Island Student Loan Authority. Come to find out, our legislature just passed H 7370, which specifically empowers the Student Loan Authority to do more things, to refinance and consolidate eligible loans, and, most importantly, the act authorizes the authority to purchase and invest in its own bonds and notes. I spent some time looking through the authority's budget to find out that doing business with bond money can be hazardous. The balance of bonds payable on June 30th of 2015 was $608 million and change. Now, that's some kind of debt. By 2041, the interest paid on that debt will be $138 million and change. So the principal and interest total over the bond life is $746,232,483. Love that future debt. If it were only the one authority in the state creating debt, but they all do it. How about the general airport revenue bonds and the debt service for that one? The gross bond debt service and fees for the 2008 through 2016 series bonds is $22,790,900. This is really going to bore you to death, but I'm going to do this anyway. Here's how the system works. In January 2016, the corporation issued $27,660,000 Series A direct replacement airport revenue refunding bonds and $26,970,000 Series B direct placement airport revenue refunding bonds and $30,930,000 Series C, all to enable the defeasance, I had to look that one up, it means making something null and void, of the $30 million in Series A bonds, and so on. You got it? They are borrowing to refinance their own debt, and they are paying 2.49% for the Series A bonds and a whopping 3.69% return for the Series Bs. Now, who amongst our elected officials are being held accountable for what the appointed boards are doing in our state's future debt? That's the joy of the GSE world. The Finance Committee of our state legislature generally only deals with the items in the state budget, not the GSE world. Much has been written about the accountability factors associated with the quasi world, but this world is frequently under the radar, even in the academic world. I would like someone at the state level to produce a single document that puts all future debt from the GSEs in front of the public. Of course, they may create a 50-pager that will put us all to sleep. Better plan might be to get a single legislator to promise to start the process one entity at a time so we can all agree that GSEs are doing what we want them to do without incurring future debt. Thank you for watching, and God bless.